Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, The Teenage Movie Critic. Welcome back to my YouTube channel for everybody. I'm so excited to have y'all back here together again. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another tier list, which is going to be the end of the month tier list for retro films for May of 2023. So let's go ahead and get started ranking all 13 of these movies. Alright, so May was kind of a weird month because I kind of like the movies, the newer movies that I saw in this month, much more than the movies that I actually watched in retro that were before the movies that came out. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first movie I saw in the month of May was Book Club, which I had a plan to go see the new one, but honestly, you know, I wasn't interested in the first one. So honestly, this movie, it's not bad. The only thing that kind of saves it is you have Craig T. Nelson, which throughout the entire time I was hearing Mr. Incredible's voice. So the appearance of Craig T. Nelson was fun. Then we got Money Plane, which I would say was a decent little action film. Obviously, you can tell the way it was directed. It's very dubbed, but it is kind of fun. Then we got The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Yeah, this movie is not that great. Now, it's a little bit more enjoyable than Book Club. You know, it focuses on, I wanted to watch it because it was free, and I wanted to do a tier list where I can finally rank all the Fast and Furious films, and this one was the only one I haven't seen because it wasn't free at the time when I was doing it for F9, and it's not that great of a film. It's not great. Granted, there were some fun moments in it. I did enjoy it, so it's good enough for it. I like the introduction of Han, but this specific story just did not fit in the Fast and Furious franchise at all. Plus, Dom only appears in like the end of the film, and that's not really the big deal. Then we got Transformers, the first film. Surprisingly, I actually really liked the first Transformers. Now, obviously, it's not as good as say like the other ones. I mean, I would probably say this is the better one in the franchise, but it's still not my favorite film of all time. The action is, of course, great, and the appearances of the Transformers, whenever they appear on screen, that's when I feel like the magic really happened for this film. And the way that the voices were performed for this movie were amazing. Then we got Greyhound. I think what's kind of weird about this movie is that you look at a movie like Transformers, and I was kind of mixed, lukewarm on the other ones with like Transformers Dark of the Moon and Transformers Age of Extinction. And Greyhound is a film that you think I would be much more excited for because it's a war movie and it stars Tom Hanks, but I was kind of mid on it. Now, it's still kind of enjoyable, but at the same time, I don't remember anything about it. Even Tom Hanks' performance was not all that great to me. It's like, I don't know, it was just kind of decent. If I'm being honest, I'm going to put this in F tier. I don't remember it much. I just kind of put it as a B- because it was a war movie. It had some cool war effects. It was kind of booming, but that's all it really did for me. I'm sorry, Greyhound, but you're kind of going in the F tier. Then we got Mamma Mia. Surprisingly, another pretty good movie. It actually uses the songs in very interesting ways, but it also has a great cast. It's also a pretty good love story, and has a good story for moms. This was my pick for Mother's Day this year, so I actually pretty much enjoyed it. Then we got The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Beginning. I would say this is a decent enough Little Mermaid film. Obviously, you know, the Little Mermaid movie, obviously it has this story that music is banned from the entire ocean. And I guess you could say this is like the origin as to how music and one of the best parts of the original Little Mermaid came into place. and that's what caused Ariel to want to become interested into humans. I thought it was a fine story that they came up with. At the same time, I can still find myself rewatching it. There is a plot line with this mermaid girl that wants to take Sebastian's job and stuff, which I just thought was kind of an odd storyline they came up with. But overall, I thought the movie was still solid. It's not quite as good as Money Plane, but I still thought it was actually pretty good. Then we got White Man Can't Jump, another pretty good film. For me, I'm going to put this in the B tier as well. But it's actually going to go at the top, though, because I actually really liked this movie. It's just the interactions between Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson are great. The basketball scenes are pretty great. My biggest issue with the film probably is it probably doesn't do a whole lot of, like, I feel like with the relationships, you care about them more in the remake than in this one. But the movie is still good. I think the remake does a lot of great things that are better. So, but this one is still very good. Then we got The Little Mermaid live. This one just had no soul to it. All you are doing is just watching the animated film, except whenever it gets to the songs, you're just watching people perform the songs. That's all it is. I would say you don't need to watch it. And I mean, of course, Queen Latifah was great as Ursula. Aaliyah Carvalho would have worked great as Ariel if she didn't play Moana. Because it just sounds like Moana is trying to sing these songs and trying to be the next Ariel, and she's not. So, and to be clear, it's enjoyable, but I'm gonna put it in D. I'm gonna put it in D because I do enjoy the scenes. But if I'm being honest, if I want to watch the full thing, I'm gonna watch the full movie on Disney Plus. That's on Disney Plus already. Then we got Fatal Affair. Lucky start. We actually get to the first movie that is going to be in the A category. Let's go. Woohoo! This was, for me, a crazy movie. This movie stars Nia Long, which is a beautiful actress. As soon as I saw her in the movie, I'm like, wait. The girl that just got kidnapped in the sex scene, she just got kidnapped, and now she looks prettier. Now she looks a whole lot different. What just happened? I realized it's two different people. But not. Nia Long is beautiful, bro. She's gorgeous. Especially for, she's kind of like Gabrielle Union, who, is in her 50s, but she looks very young. But anyway, we're not talking about that. But this story, it feels real. Where you have this guy who just will not back down and wants to get this girl's attention, and every single thing that happens in the movie, it's like you care about the characters, it actually has depth, and you actually do care about the story that they're telling, so I loved Fatal Affair. Then we got A Nice Girl Like You. I thought this film was terrible. It's like, it had so much stuff about, this girl, she wants to have sexy time with her guy, but she can't do it, and she's a pornophobic. And then she wants to get invested. She tries to get invested into the porn. And it just does not, I repeat, it does not work at all. It's like, it really had a hard time for me enjoying it, so I'm going to put this in D. Or you know what? I'm going to put this in F. This is a bad movie. Most definitely. I gave it a C+, because it was kind of entertaining because of the sex jokes. But just because you laugh at sex jokes doesn't mean that it's actually is a good thing. It's laughably bad. Then we got Ghost Wars. I thought this was actually a pretty fun time. I thought this was a pretty good movie. It does something that I never thought we could actually get in a horror movie, where you got these soldiers who are trying to fight ghosts, and it's fun. So, and it does kind of get a little wonky towards the end when you realize this has all been taking place in a dream. But I overall really liked it, so where would I put it? I'm going to put it in B, above Mamma Mia. I think it did a couple of stuff that I thought was cool. And then finally we have Hacksaw Ridge. For me, this was my Memorial Day film that I actually reviewed on Monday. I personally loved this movie. I feel like this movie kind of has one strength, but that one strength kind of communicates everything you want to know about the film. Andrew Garfield's performance is absolutely phenomenal. And he's really the one that carries the movie. He's the one that, because this is his story, I personally never watched a movie where one person can carry the film and he's the one telling its story. He's the one that's communicating everything because the whole plot is centered around him. As you enter the movie, you see him fighting with his brother. He grabs a brick and hits his brother against it. And he's like, did I just kill him? And from that day on, he would never pick up a gun. He would never want to kill a human life. He would never want to risk ending a human life. But when he enlisted in the army, that's what he wanted to do. The whole point of the army was to save our country. And so to do that, he's going to be a medic. And with all the performances from the emotion and the struggles that he's doing, like, he acts like the soldier. And also, you could say this is another one of those actors of Spider-Man playing a soldier. But this is probably the best one I've ever seen. Like, obviously, I haven't seen the Brothers one with Tobey Maguire. I haven't seen Cherry with Tom Holland. This is the best one I've ever seen. And it really brings Andrew Garfield's acting chops to a whole nother level. So for me, I loved Hacksaw Ridge. And then, of course, the war scenes are pretty exciting, as you have all these situations that feel critical and stuff in war. So I loved it. So Hacksaw Ridge is one of the best films I saw in May. And that is my ranking, tier list of all of the May retro films that I saw in the month of May. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All my social media stuff in the about section over there. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.